I don't think anyone imagined this type of damage. I'll show you right here. You can see it behind me. They're still trying to bring the flames under control. We actually have a driver right here I can show you. This has been a common scene today. Several drivers coming up to the high waters. Washington County Sheriff Larry Minks, along with 12 other local attorneys, signed this complaint with Washington County Common Pleas Court to have rings removed from office. Investigators say she told them that she verified that her grandson was in the car, but then the assailants took off down Hillcrest Drive. Police say the suspects hid here at Ridgewood Court Apartments, where they made additional threats for ransom. This is around a mile from where the crash occurred, and while many vehicles are obeying the law, many, like this semi-truck, are not. Pretty much no traffic on Grand Central. I think most of the people are still sleeping and recovering from those filling Thanksgiving meals. Currently, there is no smoking allowed inside Marietta College buildings, but you go outside, walk 20 feet, and you can smoke any products, including vaping and e-cigarettes. Homeowner Merwin Griffin says he and his wife were watching TV around 6 a.m. Sunday morning when someone came up to these two windows and started tapping on them. They looked out and they couldn't find anyone. Merwin's wife then headed up to the first floor of the house and looked out the window and saw a man pick up a brick and one of her Crocs and rear it back to throw it through this window.
Ended up in jail. I failed a few drug tests. I'm struggling.
Similar answers to how they've gotten to this point.
I had gotten in some trouble early last year and had caught some charges, and it's been a bit of a spiral since then.
To those stuck in the cycle, situations all too familiar.
A couple years back, I was on probation, and right before I got off of probation, I got caught with meth again, put in jail.
These women are mothers, daughters, part of our community, trying to find the light of recovery from the dark past of addiction. Washington County's drug court started back in January with one person and now is helping 7 with more on the way.
The very first client in the drug court program, a lot of trial and error, I guess, but I'm gonna make it.
We're looking for the truly addicted people with low felony offenses. So F4s, F5s, not felony offenses of violence, not felony sex offenses, things of that nature, people who can't kick the drug habit on their own.
Program officials stress while participants have to qualify for the program, it's also their choice to do it.
They're signing on for 14 months of intensive treatment, and that's a minimum. That doesn't necessarily guarantee they'll be done in 14 months. So it's a huge commitment for them. They're going to see us at least 5 days a week. So that's hard for people who are used to being on like regular probation and they have to see their officer once a week or once a month.
And program members say it's the belief from others that they can change that is driving them to want to change.
Honestly, the grace of God has led me to this program. Without the program, I don't even know where I would have been or what this would have actually become of.
They are understanding and willing to help. And because of them, I guess I have a future to look forward to.
Not being alone, not feeling like everybody around's looking down their nose at me. You know, that there's actually people that care and willing to do whatever it takes to make us or to get us to where we want to be in life, and that's sober.
We're celebrating their sobriety. We're celebrating those little victories that may seem small to other people, but if you have a week sober when you've been a daily meth addict, I mean, that's huge. That's huge. So to see them supporting each other and clapping and giving high fives and just seeing them come together as a family to know that they're not alone in this, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Reporting in Marietta, Michael Tatar, WTAP News.
It was completely out of nowhere. I didn't see it coming at all. I had no idea what hit me until somebody actually told me.
Sergeant Eric Knowlton says he remembers everything on March 15th when during a routine traffic stop for speeding, he and others were struck by a semi-truck on Interstate 77.
I never did lose consciousness. I remember the whole thing, everybody's coming out, and, everybody coming up to the scene, everybody there the entire time.
Knowlton had to be extracted from his squad car through the roof and suffered some broken bones in his legs after extensive scans.
Definitely said I was lucky. The entire door on the driver's side was crushed into me. I think that's what kind of held me in. Plus, we have a lot of equipment that's in there, and the center console's built up, and the computer system that we have in there and everything. It was just difficult for me to get out.
He says he's humbled by the response from the local community and across the state.
It's a big thank you to each department that showed up, and each officer, and each fireman, EMT, everybody that showed up. I mean, I appreciate everything they did.
I watched vehicles here on Interstate 77 to see if drivers actually obeyed the move over law. I stopped with my vehicle on the side of the road with flashing lights just past mile marker 1 and conveniently right next to this relevant sign. And while many drivers did in fact move over, many, like this semi coming right now, did not. And Officer Knowlton says education is crucial to fighting this problem.
It does make it more personal to me now. There are signs up everywhere, but I don't know about the extent of any more or not, but it wouldn't hurt. But that's one main goal that we have at the patrol, is to educate the motorists and to change their driving behaviors.